Night. Oh, whoa, the camera's up way too high. How are y'all doing? It is Saturday night here in Kansas. This week has been nice and hot. Had a wonderful day. Spent some time with my family, and also finished this harp out. I really like how the color turned out. Hints of straw. Hey, Fragile Aura, how are you doing? How's the harping out your way? I like the trigger. I kind of struggled getting a good trigger shape, but there in the end, I got everything worked out on it. Left it untuned. I rescued a dragonfly that was stuck in with its head in between a gutter and a building. It was stuck in there, and I rescued it this week. So I put an ode to the dragonfly. Actually, I don't know if you can see it. There's a dragonfly drawn on there. But anyways, I digress. It's time for some harping. I really enjoy the consistency of this long. Hey, Mark Shaw, how you doing? I'll scoot this mic back or camera back. We'll come down a little ways. There we go. Hi, Joanne LeClaire. Hi, Charles Longstaff. Just playing on the harp that I built today, the Dragonfly. I left it untuned because the Dragonfly I rescued was a wild animal, and I thought I should leave the harp where it's at. Leave it wild. I really enjoy the bell ring. I enjoy the breathiness combined with the melodic capabilities. I'm going to make some more similar to this length, width, and taper. Anyways, where am I going with it? Don't remember what we was going to be talking about, but it's been a wonderful week. The harping's going good. Busy week at work. Got the local town festival going on. What should I play next? Oh, yeah, this one. This is one. Bradley McIntosh says, "Hi, I'm from New Zealand. You play in meets." Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I really enjoy playing the harp, and that helps. It's something that I enjoy. I do often. I haven't even been playing that long. I think maybe 3.5 years. Probably 4 years going to be in January. And then this is a Silver Merchant. When I first unboxed them, I'm like, I don't know about this, but I really like this harp. And I've noticed that on the video, the overtones show up cleaner than they show up in my head. It's interesting deal. It's solid silver, and I've noticed that silver gets a lot shinier the more you buff it. So I think the silver harp needs a good rubbing every now and again, but just give a listen to it. I think it started sounding cleaner the more I played it, which makes sense. I think the reed kind of had a pretty deep curve to it, and I talked to an engineer once. I was talking to him about building harps and harp construction, and he wasn't a harp builder, but he did say that as spring steel or any type of steel vibrates, it wants to straighten. So I think a reed, when you start playing it that first couple hour or two, it likes to straighten itself out, so it sounds a little bit cleaner. And then spent a little bit of time today. As I was building, I was taking pictures and coming up with my lesson plan at the 2019 North American Jaw Harp Festival that's coming up in a little over a week, about a week and a half in Cottage Grove, Oregon. I'm going to be giving a class on Maker's Theory. I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping some people take it and it helps them build the harps. So yeah, America needs more makers. We don't have a ton of jaw harp makers here in America, so I really want to help any American or any person out there who wants to make a harp or make harps. I may be in 2020 building harps full time, so I'm really excited for that as well. But there's a lot of preparation that goes into something like that. Oh, speaking of another harp, actually deleted the unboxing for this instrument because it wasn't what I expect. I've been questing after a Strom Monop for quite a while, and I unboxed and I was expecting it to be this super, super clean bell ring instrument. Instead, it had this raspy, really dry tone, and I'm like, I don't know if that's the way a Monop's supposed to be. So I was watching videos of Strom, and it has that same dry raspiness. So I'm like, well, I'll just think on this for a while, play it a little bit, and try to figure it out because it felt as foreign to me as the first time I picked up a Morchang. That raspiness, it seems like there's a lot you can do with it, but I'm just going to start delving into that. It takes me a minute to find because it feels like when you're using a harp, especially one you use really often, there's certain places you go to, you can feel the harp out pretty quickly. A new harp, sometimes it takes me a little while, especially something that's totally different than what I'm used to, this Norwegian Monop. The overtones, it feels like I have to shape my mouth different to find them. If not, I'm getting more of the raspiness, more of the in the background. So I'm going to play it for a minute or two and just see where it goes. So I think most of the time when I've disliked instruments, it's probably not the instrument. It's probably me. It's probably my failing in not finding where the instrument needs to be played. Really, the more I play it, the more I'm enjoying it. Hey, George Campbell, how are you doing? How's the harp and how's the harps treating you? What harps are you into? I was just playing this little Norwegian Monarp, which kind of threw me, blah, blah, blah. Can't even talk. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend so far. But anyways, it kind of threw me for a loop the first time I played it. It wasn't, things on the instrument, the overtones weren't quite like I expected. So I'm still doing some learning on it. I'm still doing some playing on it, some experimenting on it, seeing where I'm falling. What should I play next? Oh yes, this instrument. I ended up selling it to a friend who really wanted. I don't play this Maranzano a lot, which I should have been playing it a lot because now that I'm getting rid of it, I'm sad. But one of my friends bought it. He wanted a Maranzano, and I can't get any more of the Giuseppe for the moment. So I agreed to sell it. It has kind of a secondary tone to it. Some sometimes when I'm playing, it sounds like angel music is playing in my head. It's that secondary tone. There's a whooshing in the background that seems to work independently of the other overtones on it, and I don't know if there's any science behind that, but I hear it in my head. I've heard it in a handful of other instruments that I played. Out of the several thousand different instruments I played, I probably heard it in maybe 10. So sometimes I'm able to work with it, sometimes it fights me a little bit. I hear that same secondary tone in some of the Chimchoy of Homus as well. The friend I'm selling this to is a really good friend, and he's gonna play it off, and it's been hanging on my wall. I haven't played it a ton, which I should have played it more. And this is a bass Moranzano. Moranzano, I believe, Giuseppe has told me that they're normally like E3 and above, which is a pretty high note. This is somewhere around, I think, an E2, which is more of a mid-range. So, bass Moranzano. I hear that tone more in my head. I don't know if the mic picks it up. Somebody just commented and I missed it. I don't know if the mic picks it up or if it's all in my head or if it's just a placebo effect of playing the instrument. But when I'm making the lower sounds with it, I don't hear it. But when I start bringing my tongue up, I hear the secondary tone. We'll see if we can hear it. Oh, the past couple nights I've lost. Oh, somebody said you could hear. Oh, cool. It's like this strange whooshing wah wah going on, and in your head it is really, really pronounced. But if you're searching for it, if you're trying to make that tone happen, it doesn't happen. When you just relax and let the harp play, it just appears, whether it be in your head or on the instrument. I really enjoy it, and I'm going to miss it, but it's going to a good home. Ontario, Canada, we have throat singers. Oh, yeah, there's overtone throat singers as well for that. I'm just going to make a fool of myself and try the overtone thing. But when I'm getting some of the tones on the harp, it feels like I'm making that same mouth shape go like... I can't actually get the secondary tone that they get with my voice, but maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Let's play the... What are we going to play? Oh, yes, I've been losing my mind on this one as well. This is a very dirty sounding instrument. This is a Gorka that I left the draw in. And that draw start is something that I've been shying away from. I've avoided it for a long time. It's because harp with a draw start, it's not as clean. It doesn't have that really super clean bell ring with the reed sitting in front. But I really need to start working more on it because there's just so much that can be done with the draw start. If you want to see somebody do draw starts, Neptune Shapotin of Third Pulse is really, really awesome on draw starts. Nico Cornelius, another North American jaw harpist member, he's going to be at the festival. The upcoming 2019 festival is really, really good with the draw starts. I said jaw starts. It's been a long week. I worked a lot of overtime this week, but my draw starting ability is passable at the moment. But in the next couple months, I want to really see where I can go with it. There I'm drawing through, and then I'm bringing my lips off and letting the air out so I can keep it going. Let's just see where I go with it. I'm I'm drawing air and just that same sipping motion, like I'm doing the draw start, but I'm also opening and closing my glass. Banging surface, Dr. Rowena, how are you doing? It's going very well. I had a pretty long week at work, and then was at a festival today with my son, the local festival, and then got a harp made. Banging surface. Check this instrument out I made today. For a lot of you who are just joining us, you wouldn't have seen this. I did it in probably the first 2 minutes of the instrument, or 2 minutes of the upload on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm Bebcorp. I posted a video where I rescued a dragonfly. Did a little engraving of that dragonfly on the harp. I really, really like how the instrument turned out. And the lighting in here, it's nighttime, so the lighting isn't picking up perfectly. But this is a big one. This is it falls below B1. And left it untuned. I'm like, the dragonfly I rescued was a wild animal. I want to leave the harp wild. And I really like where it ended up. I didn't really do any tuning to it. I didn't remove any from the trigger. I didn't remove any from the reed. I just blended this back in here. But where was I going? I was going somewhere. Oh yeah, I really, really fought making this trigger loop. I actually thought I ruined the trigger. I normally do my triggers a lot thicker. This one came to a really long tapering point, and when I bent it around, it heated up faster, so I bent it around, and then it went right beside. I bent it clear around, and it passed. And I'm like, oh no! I was scared I was going to break it, but it really, really turned out nicely. The trigger was saved. I thought for sure, I'm going to break this and bring it back to where it needs to be, but I really like it. It has like a melodic capability, but also sort of breathy and a lot of sustain. That gentle taper that's really long and drawn out at the end, made for a really, really nice decay rate, which is what I call when you hit the harp, it goes dong and then it dies out. It's decaying dong. Some harps is like dong and it's done. This one it just keeps going. And I won't continue to play that. That's going to be for sale at the NAJH Fest. I'm going to make a couple more big ones if I have time. My work week is, it is. I really like this one. But yeah, the heating and air, things are picking up. It's getting hotter out, so I'm having less free time to build harps. So I'm going to try to get one more built before the festival, maybe two. I was going to make one for a lady going there in C2, but I don't think I'm going to get around to having a C2 ready, and I apologize for that. But anyways, we'll continue playing. He was doing draw stars. Where was I going next? Oh yeah, I was going to play a morsing. I realize when I turn around you can't hear me as well. This microphone, it works really well in about a 16-inch sphere around this little microphone, which is good because it cancels out a lot of the other noise. You don't hear my furnace over there running or the blower compartment running, part of my air conditioner. Let's play this morsing. It was gifted to me by a good friend of mine from Mumbai. It was his personal morsing. It's really, really stiff. I'm doing it on the out breaths and in breaths too. I'm throwing in some glottal stops there. Oh yeah, the morsing they can be really good. They do come really rough. This one has been, I think, sanded quite a bit by hand. Normally, like with my other personal one, I put it on a wire wheel. Where is my personal morsing? Oh, there it is right there. Because they are really, really rough at first. And I don't like having my teeth on something that's rough. So I might do a tutorial on that. I normally smooth them up a little bit before I mail them out, and they're out of stock on my website right now. But I don't do a whole bunch of cleanup to them because then that increases the cost. But I might be doing a video up and coming, probably end of the summer, on how to smooth them Morrison, because you can get them very, very affordably. But it's like buying a really affordable machete made out of high quality spring steel. There's going to be a lot of cleanup that you have to do. But yeah, they're really stiff. I've had people send them back before. If you're used to playing a really flexible reeded harp with a lot of saturation, you probably are going to be a little bit lost at first. I play jaw harp to get ready to play jaw harp. Oh yeah, dude, harping. I like wearing a harp. I like keeping a harp on me, even at work. Where was I going to go next? Oh, I was going to play this other Morrison. And when I run out of breath, I just do it right on the in breath. Now I'm trying. Somebody mentioned that overtone singing earlier, and I can't overtone sing that. I was doing that on the harp, and it has some really cool effects. Yeah, that one, it doesn't have a super pronounced draw start, but and I'm not that good of a draw starter. Somebody says, I wish I could throat sing, period. Oh yeah, there's a cool guy to follow on Instagram is overthroat underscore CLR. He does some really cool stuff. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I've been delving back into saturation. Where's my star? For a while, Oh, DL, hello. Welcome to the harpery. Welcome to the harping. For a while, all I played was saturated instruments, and then I got into the cleaner tone instruments that were less saturated, more melodic. Now I'm getting back into the saturated instruments. I've lost my mind more than a couple times in the past couple weeks on a Glaswegian Star. And I did do some thinking. Itching right now. I got bit up a little bit at the festival. But anyways, I've been doing some thinking as of late. And I think that sometimes starting out on a saturated instrument leads to some bad habits on the harp because the saturation does so much work for you that that the harp's loud whether or not you're making good mouth shapes, whether or not you're reinforcing the overtones well. Whereas an unsaturated instrument does almost no work for you. There's more effort required to make the harp loud, to make the to reinforce the overtones. And where was I going with that? And I think that starting off playing an unsaturated instrument might lead to better mouth shapes early on. I started off playing saturated instruments, so any time after that I played an unsaturated instrument or even a melodic instrument, the first or the second monarp I played, I was totally like, I didn't like it. I deleted the unboxing. But I think that for those of you out there looking to start on the harp, I have a rainbow, which is that. Oh, this is a star. For those of you out there that are looking to start on the harp, I would almost lean toward an unsaturated instrument just because I think it builds better technique faster. But for having a harp that's loud and easy to play, the saturated ones are definitely easier to play or easier to play loudly at first. Yes, that was. I really, really enjoyed that, and I'm starting to get better on saturated instruments. I think the playing non-saturated instruments made me more attentive to what I'm doing on the harp and the subtle nuances of it. A lot of what I was doing there wasn't jumping around in mouth shapes. I was keeping my mouth almost the same shape and then slowly changing and drifting into another one while adding some open and closed glottis stuff and also some tongue movement. I was switching in between breathing patterns and open closed glottis and also breathless play where I was breathing in and out through my nose. So it's for me the harp now is subtle changes, marginal adjustments while I play. Oh, that was really relaxing. A lot of the vibration of a star transfers to my head too, which sometimes it says, are you planning to get the copper Gorka Afghan anytime soon? Yes, there should be two copper Gorka Afghans over in this giant box of Morshang, and I got really busy at work and haven't had time to finish the unboxing yet. I also have a huge Glazern shipment to finish the unboxing on. I just haven't had time, but I'm hoping before the end of the weekend to have them all in stock. Oh, they're gonna play the rainbow because somebody mentioned the rainbow. Just starting my tongue at the tip of my mouth and slowly drawing it back. That just dropping it down. I'm also breathing in through my nose. I'm seeing how slow I can drop my tongue down. Everything I do on this instrument, I'm just gonna see how slow I can do it. I'm gonna give some tongue waggling. I'm trying to make sound elements for storytelling. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Jonathan Riles for the win. Here I'm keeping my tongue pressed clear to the roof of my mouth, and all of the manipulation is coming from the back of my tongue, waggling it up and down, just really very slightly. And I'm breathing in and out through my nose. Yet. And then, I was going to show you something, and I haven't. It's going to be after the festival, if I have any of them left, before I can get them on the website. Somebody says, good day, Bailey Little 64. How are you doing? How is the Great Down Under? This is something that Mr. Waylon Harmon invented for people with arthritis, people with hand problems, and it's a clamp for harps. It's going to be used left or right-handed, and you can either tie or use zip ties to hold it, and it adjusts in and out. Let me just show this, and I'm going to be getting more of them, but it's just a holder for the harp. And that'll be really exciting for people with arthritis and people with hand problems, because I know I've gotten a ton of people tell me that they have problems holding the harp. This balance. Oh, they say it's good. Anyways, I'm reading. There was a whole bunch of comments there, and my brain shut off, and I didn't get any of them read. But it works right or left-handed. And I think I'm going to start using it on some of the smaller monoharp. Even I'm in my mid-30s, and even playing... Say I play, some of my playing sessions are 5 to 10 minutes. If this little thing actually fatigues my hand, my fingers and my hand hurt after playing this for 5 to 10 minutes, because you have to put a little bit of pressure on there. And you don't have a lot of leverage with this. You don't have a big frame to hold on to. So it's just basically the tips of your fingers holding it. So I might start using this harp holder. And that's a Waylon Harmon creation. He's Waylon Harmon is what I would call a wooden genius. I've actually got this upside down here. And I'm actually somewhat ambidextrous, but I don't ever play left-handed. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, that's really throwing me for a loop trying to play left-handed. Trying to play lefty. So, my Masco. I think at the end of the summer, Masco is going to be his banging service says he's a lefty. I was actually born a lefty, and my mom changed me to a righty, so I'm kind of a mix of both. I shoot and like to kick left-handed. My boxing, I feel more comfortable boxing southpaw, but also I write mostly with my right hand. Most of my working I do with my right hand, so I'm kind of a medley of right and left-handedness. Anyways, where was we at? I'll play one more instrument. What should I play? Something that I don't play often. The Priadkin. And for those of you out there, I can't mention it enough. The festival's coming right up. It's going to be August 26th through 30th in and around Cottage Grove, Oregon. Oh yeah, you got one of the blued Priadkins. I don't have a blued one. I kept one of the polished ones myself. But yeah, that was an awesome instrument. Yes, the festival's coming right up. Be on the lookout for that. Going to be uploading videos of that after the festival, and it's going to be a fantastic time. We're going to be camping out in the forest. I think there was maybe as many as 3 spots left on our campground that the NAJH paid for. If you're interested, get a hold of Porky Miller at the North American Jaw Harpist on Facebook if you want to reserve a camp spot. And then the other parts of the festival are going to be going on. The camping aspect is out in Schwartz Campground. Other parts of the festival will be in Cottage Grove, Oregon. It's going to be, I'm so excited for this. There's going to be a harp hike, there's some swimming lessons. There's going to be doing a maker's class. Mark Groudon's doing a melodic course again. I won't be vending the whole time at the festival, so I am going to be taking his class as well, because I didn't get to take it last time. I was so busy vending, selling harps, and I'm bringing a ton of different harps. There's going to be playing. There's going to be the band scramble. It's going to be the way, and I just went off on a tangent there, but I'm super excited for the festival. Lots of work needs to be done before I can leave. I've got all these instruments to package up and finish the lesson plan, the pictures and the descriptions and everything for my classes. I'm really excited to give this maker's class. I think it will help people start making a harp, because in America we need more makers. We need more people making the instruments. Oh, what should I play? I'm going to end on a Chimchoyev. Play a Snoopy harp, LOL. Okay. I got a Hobby Lobby mouth harp. The first harp I started playing, and I actually modified it. I tightened up the gaps on it, and then I wish that I didn't. It's louder, but I wish I didn't. I wish I would have left it original, just the original way, the original instrument I got on it. And Snoopy harps they're not fancy instruments, but I'll end playing a Snoopy harp or a Hobby Lobby mouth harp. Anyways, I love y'all. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more harp. We got the festival coming right up. Keep your harps clean, keep them dry, keep them oil. Be good to each other. Travel safe. I look forward to seeing some of you at the festival. Harp out.